I'm excited that RPS has a product that you can't get anywhere else, first of all. It's delivered through a team of cyber experts across the country that really know the product inside and out. This particular product from BCS, being that it's exclusive to RPS, we had a lot of development capabilities, a lot of contributions to the structure of the policy itself. Based on our ability to go survey the market, we found what's the best in all the cyber policies that are out there, and what if one policy had all of those elements to them. And that doesn't mean that we wanted every single thing in there, but for the things that we did want, we've constructed a best-in-class cyber policy that's accessible through the fastest, most efficient platform that's out there right now. So everything from the way the policy is structured itself, from limits, for instance, perspective. Typically, a cyber policy will have an aggregate policy limit in a year. As soon as that policy aggregate is used up, then you're done. You either have to buy more insurance, you have to buy another policy. That's not the case now with the way that this policy is structured. So if an insured has, let's say, a ransomware event, and if that ransom event gets up into very close to the policy limits, if they have another event that's not related to the first one, those first-party insuring agreement limits reset. So it's like getting twice the amount of insurance for the same price that they would have paid for previously. Another example would be the retention of the policy. Again, we're starting to see where some clients have more than one event, more than one claim in a year. They will pay the retention the first time, the deductible on the policy. If they have any future events later in the year, there's no more deductible. And there is never a deductible for the use of breach response counsel. That's always been the case on this particular policy, which is great also, because when an event happens, the very first thing chronologically that takes place is you pick up that phone and you call the 24-hour breach response counsel. No charge to do that on this policy, so that's very important. Business interruption. That's become a huge talking point. Namely because, again, tied to ransomware in many cases, it's not just did the ransom get paid, it's what happened to our business while we weren't able to get access to our data and we weren't able to run our business in the normal way that we would, and therefore we're now suffering business interruption losses. This policy has the broadest triggers available for business interruption. So things like what happens if our network gets hit? What happens if our cloud provider network gets hit? What happens if it's some other business that we're relying upon that we have a contract with, they suffer a cyber breach, and because of that breach, we can't get product. And so you've got essentially a supply chain business interruption. There's coverage in the policy for that. Also, most policies don't have that. You get to the crime side of the policy also, and there are great broad coverages through social engineering and cyber deception available through the policy, in addition to things like phishing or invoice manipulation, in addition to personal theft of the primary executives at the business. So what happens if their network gets hacked? As a result of that, they start taking credit out either in the business's name, or they start stealing funds directly from the key executive of the business as a result of getting through the corporate network. These are all elements of kind of today's world of crime that are covered into this new policy.